On Monday, June 9th, 2025, and with permission from well owners, the Buckeye Environmental Network collected samples from 2 conventional oil and gas wells in Marietta, Ohio, suspected of being contaminated with toxic radioactive waste that had migrated from nearby Class II injection wells.
It happened in July, the month before that. I mean, I just would check on them once every month or two because they weren't active wells, but when I was doing a routine check, I discovered them.
Okay. And how long had they not been really producing before that?
Several years. I mean, the prior operator wasn't producing them for several years prior to me owning them, and then, you know, it was another year after I owned them before they were infiltrated. This is
Once a productive conventional oil and gas well, Mr. Chamberlain explained that it had depressurized and gone inactive years ago. It has only been within the past couple years that he witnessed the well become repressurized, not with oil and gas, but with what we suspect is toxic radioactive oil and gas waste forced into this should-be retired pore space via underground migration from nearby Class II waste wells. Wells that are particularly prominent in Washington County, considering it receives the second largest total volume of waste in the state, with Tuscarawas County receiving the most.
This thing sometimes will cost you
Joe Weigel showed us his domestic well that had pumped gas to his home since the land belonged to his grandfather. He explained how over the past couple years the well's production slowed to a stop, and how now the only thing the well produces is again suspected toxic oil and gas waste. He lamented the impacts of having his household fuel supply destabilized and expressed concern over the long-term impacts of oil field migration.
But the biggest problem is when this was our only sole form of gas, is heating the home.
Yeah.
And, you know, it comes down to it, are we going to cook tonight or are we going to take a hot shower? Because it's a gas hot water tank and a gas stove. You're hearing the same story off from the same people, the same exact conditions, you know, people not having gas to run their homes, pumping water, free-flowing water. This stuff's coming from somewhere. And, you know, where it's coming from, where it's going, we don't know. And that's why I like to see a lot more wells in this area tested to see where this is coming from. And you know, this is just not a good thing. And I think we're leading to a future of a lot more problems, probably more serious than this if it keeps going the way it is.
As this issue of oil and gas waste migration in Washington County continues to rapidly develop, check back in with us at Buckeye Environmental Network for updates or to learn how to defend your community against unsafe, toxic waste.